Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Browns nothing.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback, Denzel Ward.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Following the penalty, Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 29 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Nice.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Jackson now. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now have Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Switch. Turn team.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is taken at the 15. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Patrick Queen brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Second down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they tie it on the last play of the second quarter. Now the PAT will give them the lead.
Yeah, and how about that extra little jolt that they'll feel when the ball goes through the posts? Carry that to the locker room with them and feel like, okay, we've got something good going here now, guys.
Top by a penny. It's 14-13. So we've Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 24, Mayfield. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now Jackson. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Ravens 21, Browns 13. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun.
Kareem Hunt.
4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise. And now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Intended for.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They go play action. Mayfield. And the Raven pressured too much. Down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Second and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On third down, Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a first and 10. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, second and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jackson now on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram there to make the grab. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. He can't get him down. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They run it again with Chubb. 7 yards there and a first down. But you might remember Nick Chubb, he had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football. I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
16 yards. First down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Mayfield on first down. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mayfield on play action. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Mayfield's pass.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around it. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Lets it go for Nelson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. A run for Nick Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Nick Chubb,
Touchdown.
already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Yeah, we dominate today.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Baltimore Ravens.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight one-point game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, looking for... And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 65 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made.
No good. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so there are 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
After the interception, here's Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing now is Jackson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third and short. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Baltimore, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for Charles Day.